Back again on with more disturbing truth. Now, I'm gonna keep doing these videos because I don't care if you're mad. I don't give a damn if you're mad. You shouldn't be on this bit of truth if you believe in this color shit. You understand? Because what you have to understand, the government and them starting a race war. The government, the elites people, they starting a race war, and a lot of dumb people gonna buy into it. And that's why I'm doing these videos. It's a big old psyop they got for the masses, and you need to wake up on it. Now, with this so-called George Floyd killing, and you know they say they arrest the police. Now, we already know nobody go to jail. Nobody go to jail for that shit because it is a hoax, a 100% hoax. And I told you, the person that was so-called kneeling on the fake Floyd is not the same person they so-called they lock up. So you better wake up. It's two different fucking photos, two different people. And we go wake you up on this one right here. Now, with this so-called Chauvin locked up, Derek Chauvin locked up in jail, they're telling you that they have to release 8 so-called black people from off that so-called jail floor that they're gonna put him on. And I'm gonna break it down and show you that it's just a hoax for the race war, and it's on. Don't be dumb and fall for it. Let it run.
8 correctional officers of color are suing Ramsey County for discrimination. An attorney representing the officers.
And you hear where it's at, people? Ramsey County. It's not a coincidence with the Ram, people. You need to wake up. All fucking satanic coding shit they give you. And I told you, the race war is on and in full effect. Don't fall for it. Remember this BAM.
As they were prohibited from entering or working on the floor where former MPD officer Derek Chauvin was being held. The attorney spoke about the law.
Of course, where it been held, the people with brains already know they hold nobody. Just a damn hoax. Who's gonna be locked up for a hoax? You better wake your ass up, people.
Against the county this morning.
Right now, our community, our state, and our country are grieving the senseless death of George Floyd.
And senseless story. The story is senseless. Not the death, the senseless story. Don't forget it, people. It's one that they made up. And of course, if you look into it, it's senseless. 100%.
To many other people of color. Many of us are using this moment to examine and take a closer look at racism.
Yes, take a closer look right here. Take a closer look. You see the 6'3" for the temperature? It's not an accident, and your 111 right there for your number 3. And of course, you know about the CBS with the one eye right there.
And the small and large systemic injustices facing our neighbors of color. Unfortunately, we're here today to bring light to another.
Using the black people as prop for the race war. Don't buy into it, people. 100% is just a hoax they're putting on for the dumb people. How far they're going to take this George Floyd fakery.
Example of prejudice and discrimination, this time in the workplace. On Friday, May 29th, 8 correctional officers of color went to work at Ramsey County Jail, which is right here behind me, expecting to do their jobs.
They go there expecting to do their job. Pay attention right here, because I'm going to bust them that is just a fucking hoax. And you see him reading the script.
However, they were prevented from doing so when former police officer Derek Chauvin arrived at the jail that afternoon. Upon his arrival, Superintendent Leiden ordered that all...
Leiden. The superintendent name is Leiden. Wow. The superintendent Leiden at the Ramsey County Jail. There you go, people. You want to hear more? All satanic coding.
Correctional officers of color were to be prohibited from guarding Chauvin or going anywhere on the 5th floor where he was to be held.
Wow. He all on the 5th floor. I'm surprised it's not the 6th floor, but I'll tell you, people, this is how you're going to get your divide and conquer. I told you. From the first minute they pull off that bullshit, I told you what it is. Green screen bullshit. And of course, it never going to stop. It's going to trigger off the race war. Here we go right here.
This decision was made solely because of the color of the officer's skin.
Of course you know.
We're here today because 8 individuals who were impacted by this decision were brave enough to come forward.
Okay, they're brave enough to come forward. But of course, then they're going to keep them so-called anonymous. Do you believe that? They're brave to come forward. This is bullshit right here. Pay attention.
It was not easy, and it still isn't easy. Out of fear of retaliation, they've made the difficult decision to remain anonymous today.
You hear that? They're so brave that they stay anonymous. Dumb on, people. Are you crazy? You believe in this shit right here? 8 black officers. Of course they know who they are. What out can they be anonymous and it's 8 black officers from that county jail? What you think, people? They can hide? Dumb on. Bullshit.
fearful of losing their jobs and livelihood and putting their families at risk.
It's bullshit, people. So you want to tell me that the people that running them don't know those officers, the 8 officers, they don't know them? Come on, people, because they're anonymous. Now they're going to save their job and everything because they stay anonymous. This is bullshit, people. Wake up.
Clients are kind, fiercely loyal, passionate people who care deeply about each other and about their job.
Of course they do.
And the deliberate
All the
discriminatory...
police is the same, people. That's why I keep telling you. They're just there to keep a race up, a set of people. Not a race of people. A set of people that's low class. Keep them at bay. That's why they're there. That's why you see police officers also black and any other damn color. Just wake your ass up.
The treatment they received from Ramsey County on May 29th has left them feeling broken. This morning, I'll share a brief overview of the events at Ramsey County Jail, and then I'll take questions from reporters.
The way this one talk, this shit could never be real, people. You keep dragging the damn words full of shit on.
On May 29th, officers of color were busily preparing...
Officers of color. Wow. Officers of color, people. You can't tell me you don't understand that it is fake shit. That's how you refer to them. Officers of color. So it's all black. Wow, people. This is dumb right here, man. How you buying these dumb shit on TV? Wow, dumb on.
Reporters.
Wow.
On May 29th, officers of color were busily preparing the jail for Chauvin's arrival when they were informed in various ways that they would be reassigned away from any task requiring them to be on the 5th floor of the jail where Chauvin was to be held.
I never understand this. So why put out a warning where this fucking police gonna go? Huh? When somebody get arrested, they just lock their ass up in that county jail. That's just it. You don't tell them, oh, we have them Chauvin go come in and we go put him on the 5th floor. No, it's a space that available he's supposed to be at. How the fuck you gonna put him on the 5th floor? He's supposed to be in the spot that available at the time when he come in. Normal jailers. That's how it is. What's different? Come on, people. This is bullshit right here. They clear off the fucking 5th floor because nobody on there. There's no Chauvin, Derek Chauvin in jail. It's just a hoax.
For example, 2 of the officers of color were tasked with cleaning the 5th floor to prepare for Chauvin's arrival.
So you see, this is how they do it right here. They use the black people, so-called, to clean the floor, clean it and set it up, and then tell them, go away, you can't do it. You're not going to be the one who's going to assign to watching over this guy right here. You just let you clean it up. Dumb on.
Which involve removing urine and other unsanitary waste.
You go. The police nowadays is cleaning urine. Wow, there you go, people. This is how they do the dumb masses right here. Dumb on.
When the cleaning was done, they were hastily reassigned away from the 5th floor once Chauvin arrived.
You see? Yes, they just let them clean the place and then they kick them out.
One acting sergeant was stopped in the middle of booking Chauvin by the superintendent himself, who told the sergeant he did not want the sergeant transporting Chauvin to his unit.
Wow.
One acting sergeant was stopped, several correctional officers of color were interrupted in the middle of responding to an...
If you can't tell this bullshit right here with this woman babbling and dabbling, you can't fool me. And I told you, just like the so-called church shooting, remember that one with Dylan Roof, so-called? And they tell you that when the police have to stop at the Burger King and get him a Burger King meal because he was hungry. You know why they do that? The same shit they're doing this right here. You understand? That the white people that do bad against black or do black wrong, they treat them good. There you go. Bring him to Burger King and everything. It's the same thing right here. They have to make the floor special. No black people on there because he violate a black person. Dumb on. This is bullshit to turn up the people. That's what they do.
Emergency call, and informed that they would not be permitted to complete the emergency procedure because it involved taking the inmate to the 5th floor. Another officer realized something was wrong because he was in the control room and noticed on the jail's cameras that all of the correctional officers of color were on the 3rd floor.
Wow, on the 3rd floor. But I ask you again, people, why would they cleaning up urine and everything to bring in a new prisoner? You ever hear that? Huh? You ever hear they clean up urine because we're getting a new prisoner coming in? So let me clean up urine. I told you, people, this is for the divide and conquer. Another slap in the black people face who running around with the Black Lives Matter sign for the so-called George Floyd fake shit. This is another slap in the face right here. And there's many more to come. I told you already, they're gonna let you down at the end of the day. Keep running with them. Keep it up.
These officers initially thought the interruption to their schedules was odd, but later learned it was no coincidence. Superintendent Leiden had issued an order prohibiting all employees of color from working on the 5th floor.
Wow.
At least one officer of color was also reassigned away from the 5th floor for her weekend shift on May 31st.
Wow.
I want to note that this wasn't a split. This was not a split-second decision.
I don't understand, people. Can you take truth from this fucker right here fumbling and bumbling the whole time? The whole thing is made up. This one just have problem reading the damn script.
Sheriff's office seems to be saying at this point.
Look at this shit.
Superintendent Leiden shared his idea of segregating officers with one of his sergeants prior to issuing it.
Wow.
The sergeant, a person of color herself, informed Leiden.
Listen to how they talk, people. It's for the divide and conquer, the race war. Why you gonna buy into these shit, people? You can't. If you have any kind of brain, you can't buy into it. I know a lot of people, they against this dumb shit, but at the same time, they still got the damn blindfolders on, watching with your emotion. You're black, you watch it with that black blinders on. You're white, you watch it with the white blinders on. You need to stop it. Use an open mind to see these fuckers right here. Because you're blind by your emotion and your so-called color and race, you can't see to it clearly. You have to leave that aside. You can never get to somebody who believes that the white man is holding them down and all of that shit. You can't get to it to him. You understand what I mean? Because you already buy the fuckery and it's dead in your mind. That's the reason why they give it to you. They know that you're weak and you suck up anything they push too much.
That his plan was offensive, but Leiden marched on and issued it anyway.
Oh, Leiden.
And that lieutenant was not alone in objecting to the superintendent's order. The superintendent implemented his order and stuck by it despite receiving urgent complaints from several other employees, including many of my clients.
Wow. So in that little short time when they say, okay, we're going to lock up the Sharvin character, boom, boom, all of a sudden every word is out where we're going to go and they need to clean up some piss and everything to get him in. Wow, people, this is bullshit right here. I told you, this is another slap in the face for the peoples, the black peoples who believe in this George Floyd garbage. They're never gonna stop. You see how big they make it? Of course they're gonna make it.
In the face of these
bigger.
Complaints, Leiden initially defended his decision, claimed it was backed by Sheriff Fletcher and other leadership, and justified it by saying that the officers of color were a liability around Chauvin.
Wow.
After some time, Superintendent Leiden finally backed down and claimed he had decided to change the order. But at that point, the damage had been done. Shifts had already been reassigned, and the blatant discrimination had broken the trust in the bonds between the jail staff and the supervisors. Some officers of color were so upset they went home, concerned emotions would endanger their fellow officers and inmates.
They're trying to fool the masses. All the police is the same. All of them. I don't care what you say. Anything you have to do and take a oath, you know what that is? That's 100% satanic shit on earth. Once you see them take the oath, don't trust them. I don't give a fuck if you're going to tell me one of them is different. Why did he take the oath? He's not different. He's the same. Freemason puppets, 100% in. Don't trust them. The police is a part of this dumb shit, brainwashing the damn people to control them.
The employees affected by the order were hurt and upset that the jail leadership did not trust them because of their skin color. These employees are highly trained professionals.
They take the same oath, people. They take the same oath. You think they have one oath for the black police, one for the white police? It's the same fucking same oath they got all over the world, because all of the police is the same thing all over the world. The whole thing connected to Freemasonry. They put it in place to keep you in line so you can't fight over the damn resource that they steal. You can't get it back because of the police. That's why they're the one who come evict you of the government property, so-called. That's just how it is, people. Just wake your ass up. The police is there for their purpose, not for you.
Whose job it is to keep each other safe, the inmates safe, and the jail safe.
Yeah, right.
That trust is critical to maintaining. Trust is critical.
Fumbling and bumbling again, because I told you, this one just have problem reading the damn script. Race war is on. Just keep that in mind. It's on. Don't participate in it because it's gonna come your way. Watch this right here. Bam on.
Turn now to an important story to tell, one that's very personal to our friend.
Bam. I know you go get caught on the bam. One day, you understand? This sodomite that used to work for CNN now start working for ESPN. Warren Clark, so-called. Anything with black, you see him show up. And of course, he gonna interview another one that involving anything black. You see how they look? They all fakers. Just wake your ass up, people. Every fucking one of them on TV is fakers. Don't trust them because they're black and they're coming for your damn heart. Watch this right here, people.
Ryan Clark. Ryan's son Jordan and two of his Arizona State football teammates say they were caught.
Arizona State football team. Yes, and Jordan is the one that used to play football and now he retired, so now he works on this so-called ESPN. But watch this right here, people. All of them is a part of the PSYOP to brainwash the masses into the race
a racial slur at a Whataburger near campus. Now, due to the pandemic.
Wow. Whataburger. You trust them? I told you, all of these fast food places that you see, this government owned, they always keep them and run PSYOPs with them. Not only they poison you, they run a lot of PSYOPs. Pay attention.
This is what happened. The drive-through was the only way to order. Jordan Clark says they asked a woman driving her car if they could give her money to buy food for them.
Wow.
She said no because she was in a hurry. Another customer agreed to buy it for them. But while they waited for their food, Clark says, quote, the woman that we asked initially eventually got to the window and proceeded to roll down the window to ask what our problem was. We were sitting on the wall. She then filed a complaint with the manager that we heard.
Wow. She then filed a complaint with the manager right away? Wow, still in the drive-thru. Wow, this is bullshit right here, people. Let's go back. This is garbage.
Quote, the woman that we asked initially eventually got to the window and proceeded to roll down the window to ask what our problem was. We were sitting on the wall. She then filed a complaint with the manager that
they were sitting on the wall. Okay, so they were sitting at the wall on the drive-thru, asking people to buy the food for them because that's the only way they can get it. Your dad is a retired football player working on ESPN, but you have to walk to a drive-thru telling people to buy your food. That sounds stupid to me.
Asked her, and he comped her meal. She then turned to us and said in a vindicated voice, she said, thanks for the free food, N-word.
Wow.
Now, Clark goes on to say the store manager gave her the food. She began to drive off while saying bye.
So basically, it's not the person that working at the Whataburger did it. At the Whataburger is the person that they asked to buy it. I guess it was a white person calling them nigger and take the food and drive off. And the manager them stand up and watch. Wow. I told you again, people, stop taking these race bait. They're so stupid. If you have any kind of brain, you see it to right to it. If you have any brain, you see that it is fuckery.
N-word. The manager was unfazed. He was quick to condemn us and tell us we were wrong, quick to threaten us, and say he'd call the police.
Okay, so after the so-called person burn off with the food, calling them nigger, the manager justified with that person because he said that the kids was wrong for doing what they do. Okay, doing what they did. All right.
Now, Whataburger has released a statement saying, quote,
and then Whataburger gonna release a statement. I guess that made them good people. This is bullshit right here, people. All made up shit with the devil puppets.
Tolerate racism. And we're horrified to hear how these customers were treated by another customer. We are reinforcing training with our employees on how this incident was.
Just like Starbucks with the two black men. You remember that? They reinforce training. There are people coming, black people coming to train people or to treat black people and deal with black people. All bullshit, people. You need to wake up. All PSYOPs they bring you because they think that you have no brain. Most of us don't.
Apologize to the players and their families for this terrible experience.
Players and their family.
Ryan Clark is back with us.
And there go your Ryan Clark right here. Wow, here you go, people. He's the one named Ryan Clark. What is this one name? Wow, his name is Clark also? Wow. Okay, let's see.
And to see this happen to your son, you know, I don't even want to ask a question. You're a member of our family here.
Yeah, member of
the floor is
family.
yours.
Yes, what you think? They're all a part of the Illuminati bullshit they're running on the masses. TV, they used to do it. These mainstream media only there to brainwash you. You have to turn it off.
Well, I think...
Watch him. Look for your script. Because we know you sit there all this time. As soon as you're ready to talk, look around for the script. Fake on.
You initially, the first thing is, you know, as a black man and the father of a black young man, I'm happy he's alive.
It have to be black man. And just like ESPN, whenever they come on, all coded 1 and 8 number 9.
Period. Like that was my first thought, and then that immediately turned to anger. And what's crazy is I wasn't mad at the young lady or the woman. I wasn't mad at the manager. I was mad at myself. I was mad with Jordan, and I'm not necessarily sure that that's the right emotion.
How did you know about it again? Oh, they come home and tell you now. Okay, I got you. And Jordan is according 100% coding.
But nothing pisses me off more than being scared. And even though I knew the moment was over, I was still in that moment as his dad. I was still picturing, as I'm reading it, I'm still picturing what's going on. And I'm playing out other scenarios in my mind. I'm playing out a scenario of if this woman would have had a weapon, and she could easily say that these three young black men were threatening her.
There you go. The woman could easily have a weapon. They never identify what the woman is, if it's a white woman or a black woman. But the woman call them nigger and burn off. Wow, this is bullshit right here, people. Now this one say if the woman have a gun, could have shoot his son.
One of his friends is a tight end. He's extremely tall. He's a thicker kid. And I believe that if that woman pulls a gun on those young men and that woman pulls the trigger, I believe that she's never punished. I believe that justice is never served. And even if justice...
Wow, he know already what would have happened. If the woman showed his son, she would have walked.
It's served. It's not enough to bring my son back. But this isn't just
Read your script, because we know who put you on. Only the dumb people can't see it. That's why we tell them, dumb on.
Fear for me every day. This has been a fear for black people forever. My father called me to...
Read your script. We know you're full of shit. And I'm exposing you right here so they can see who you are. Every time nothing come up with black people, you show up. And you still have to read from a script. Now we know who you are. You're one of them. Piece of shit on.
Me last night. He obviously called Jordan the day before. And there's a story my dad has been telling around me forever. And we actually laughed at it. And it takes on new meaning for me. When 1977, my father was...
1977. Another coding again. And watch him. Reading off a script, people. Don't trust them. All devil puppet. And why they posting up this trident right here? Why? I told you what it is already, people. 100% devil shit. You get on TV.
A fast food restaurant with his girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time, and I know we're trying to get rid of colorism, was a fairer skinned woman, but she was black. But to the white guys in there, she was a white girl. And so they start harassing him.
Wow. So it was a fair skinned girl, which is actually black. But the white people thought it was a white woman. Wow. You believe that, people? All right, yeah, right. The white people mistake him for a black, mistake her for a white person because she fair. Get out of here.
A fairer skinned woman, but she was black. But to the white guys in there, she was a white girl. And so they started harassing him. God. And they're using racial slurs and calling him...
This is bullshit right here, people. I don't know, people, but in my experience, you can't pass nobody else but white as white for white people. You understand? Come on, man. Are you kidding me right here? Look at all the other race, that light skin and everything. Spanish people and all over different people. You ever see them mistake them for white people? Come on, man. This is bullshit right here. This is 100% garbage. And I told you, this one gonna come up with more story than the highway patrol when he come on. You know why? He's one of them that brainwash the people right here. Every time something got to do with black, you see him show up talking that dumb shit right here. You remember the Calvin Kaepernick garbage? He involved in it all the way up to his neck.
N-word. And so they attempt to jump my father. And so he jumps behind the counter and he's looking for something to protect himself with. But it's a restaurant. All they had was plastic utensils. And we would laugh about that story But he said, I never thought that this many years later, my grandson would be experiencing the same racism that I did.
Bullshit.
And so where we
are... Bullshit, man. Nobody really trusts nobody standing up out of a drive-thru. You're lucky they roll on their window for you. I don't care what color you are. You're standing up out there in the drive-thru where people supposed to just drive and pick up their food. Nobody trusts you. Nobody rolling down their window for some boy sitting on a damn wall. They don't know who they are. They could be some damn criminals. So what the fucking moral of the story right here? I told you. Divide and conquer. If they get you, they got you. That's all it is. Because a lot of people, they're not going to listen to the mag. They're laughing at me. Oh, he don't know what he's saying. Oh, racism exists. I never said it don't exist. But I told you where it come from and how it come to be. You understand? Is the people do it. These people right here that they put on TV continue to burn it. You never understand. That's why you win it. It don't matter if it's black so-called and he calling out the racism and making up some shit and showing you on TV. It's for you to be brainwashed. That's all it is. That's why the racism never gone.
Where people are starting to understand who didn't understand before. I believe that the true racists, the people with true hate in their heart, are starting to feel a little bit of the power that they felt over the last few years.
And guess what? Of course, it's on both sides. The hate. Just remember that. They build the black people so much up, and the white man have his boot on your neck, so-called. Of course, you got the hate for white people. It's the same thing. That's what it's about, people. You never understand. By you buying the stories that they're selling you and have you feel like this isn't it, they got this invisible foot on your neck. Of course you're going to hate the next race. That's just how it is, people. Why you think they do this? It's all by design.
Slip away. So they're going to double down on their racism. Okay. They're going to double down on their hate. They're going to double down on their evil. And that's
I told you, people, until this minute, they still never say, what color is the person that call him the so-called N-word? They never say, people. What's wrong? Did they say it and I miss it? Okay, all right.
This woman did, and at the end of Jordan's statement, he kind of lists some of the things that he thought about himself and said to this.
Only the statement he taken, and it's his son it happened to. But he only go back to a statement where he read. Does that tell you something, people? He talking about his son that at the same home with him. Wow, and you need a statement? Oh, okay, all right, man.
Woman, I was none of those things. His entire life, he has grown up as my son. And it was my job to put him in better situations than my parents could put me. So he grew up in very affluent areas. He went to schools that were predominantly white. Because
you see, that's what they always sell the masses. These one that come on tell you, oh, we send our kids to the white school and all of this shit. Or they might tell you they're black and they went to a white school. This is how they do it, people. All division for the masses. 100%.
Those were the schools that I felt could give him the best opportunity to succeed. But he was always treated as Ryan Clark's son. And he's faced racism and he's heard the word, but it never affected him in this way. And I felt like I didn't prepare him for this situation enough to know as a black man, you can't walk up to cars. You can't wave down cars.
You can't do that, period. You don't understand. So it's cool for a white man to stand up at the drive-thru and try to get people to buy something for him. No, people, it's the same damn treatment. It don't matter who you do it with or who doing it. You understand?
White people in it because your life is not of value to all of them.
Wow, and so, your life is not of value to all of them. Wow. Wow.
I'm blessed that my child is still here.
Wow. All right, man. Look at him.
Like,
look at
it's
him.
something.
Pay attention right here, people. This is the part that make you know that is 100% fakery. Now, if you come on TV and you want to so-called cry, you know what gonna happen if you're a real person and you know what whole lot of people watching and you're crying. You try to stop crying. You don't try to cry. You understand? That means it's something that you don't want to do, but it just take you over. Watch this person right here. The crying gonna so-called take him over. Pay attention right here. He can't control his emotion because he's talking about his son may be dead or could have been dead. Pay attention.
What happened to him, it would have broken me.
Watch him, reading the script. So watch him, he have to read the script. That's why I tell you, they all actors, people. Whether they come in movies, they come in talk shows, they still acting. Nothing is real on TV.
I got to do a better job of educating him.
Yes. Tell him not to walk up to no drive-thru and knock on people's window. You hear me? All right.
I got to protect him.
Watch him. Read the script. Because I would never see a lick of tears come out of him. Fuck off.
I know how to live if he would have made it out. And so thank you for everybody that reached out to me.
All bullshit.
Like,
fucking
I know it's
with the
getting better.
masses with your Black Lives Matter. All fucking bullshit for the people with no brain. I told you, don't buy into it, people. Later on, when the race war starts, you're gonna look stupid. Because I warn you. I warned you about it long time ago. Check out my videos, Divide and Conquers. I told you already, people. I've been showing you. And this is it right here. This is when they're gonna trigger off the race war with all the Confederate so-called statues and all of these monuments and everything. Watch out, people. This is what's upon us right here in the so-called pandemic that they give you. I'm gone.